Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky Loader 15, and in this video we're going to be previewing day one of the Galway Festival. We're going to be previewing every race, every day, over the next several days. It's always a cracking spectacle, a mixture of flat and jumps action over in Ireland, and we'll be getting into those races in a minute. Also as well, we'll be doing Glorious Goodwood previews all week this week. We'll be doing all 5 days. I'm going to be there twice, hopefully on Tuesday with BBC Radio 5 Live, and then I'll definitely be there on Thursday for BBC Radio Sussex and Surrey as a pundit. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Did it last year and was one of the highlights of my career so far, and I'm really looking forward to going and doing that this week. Also as well, I just want to apologise for not making a video today. I was very busy last night and unable to get to my phone and find a quiet space to do a video, so sorry about that. And also as well, we did have the winner from our King George preview, which was Pert's Word, which was an epic King George between Crystal Ocean and Pert's Word for Sir Michael Stout, and that was a really good race, and be interesting to see if those two meet again in the future. Anyway, enough of me waffling on. We'll get straight into the action for day one of the Galway Racing Festival. The first race tomorrow starts at 5:20, and I quite like the chances here of Devil's Glen. Now, I know Willie Mullins has got a very good record in this race, and he might have the winner. He's got 3 runners, so he's got a very good chance, but I quite like the look of Devil's Glen. 5-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Alan Fleming. Dennis O'Regan is booked for the ride. This horse was a very impressive outside winner last time out on its hurdle debut at Tipperary, and on Racing Post ratings, it's the joint best out of the whole field. So you got to think it's got to have a really good chance tomorrow. It's got a lot of speed in its pedigree, which should suggest it'll be a good 2-mile hurdler. And I thought tomorrow this one could maybe spoil a surprise. Also as well, that wasn't a bad performance at Tipperary. It was very eye-catching and it ran away really well, and the form of that race hasn't worked out not too bad, so I'm hoping that this horse gets off to a good start tomorrow. We then go to the 5:55, which is a very competitive wide open handicap. A few bookmakers will be paying 5 places, so definitely worth having an each way bet. I quite like the look of Kellyscool, round about 18-1, trained by RP Burns. Donald McInerney is booked for the ride, taking a good £3 off. I really like this conditional jockey. Now this horse won, it didn't win I should say, but ran some good races, and last time finished 3rd at Tipperary behind the horse that we've already tipped, Devil's Glen, and it wasn't a bad performance that day. It's going to make a handicap debut tomorrow off a mark of 109, and I thought this was an interesting runner. The form of that race again hasn't worked out too badly, and it was quite a good race that day, and I thought really off a mark of 109 being likely race, this horse had a fair chance, and for me it's by Scorpion, and I thought it could go really well at a price, so that's going to be the selection there. We then go to the 6:25, and I quite like the horse here called Wargrave. 9-2 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Fozzie Stack and Chris Hayes, booked for the ride. 3rd on its debut behind a fair horse of Aidan O'Brien, who's gone on to win some races, put in a good effort at Royal Ascot. That was Land Force, and the horse that we've selected here, Wargrave, is by Galileo, and a lot of good things were expected that day. It didn't run a bad race, and Galileos often tend to improve. It wasn't a bad debut, and I thought there was a lot more to come from this horse, and I thought 9-2, that was quite a bit of a juicy price and could well be back tomorrow, so that's going to be the selection there. We then go to the 7:05, and I quite like a horse here called Palace Guard, around about 14-1 bookmakers at the moment, trained by Joseph O'Brien, who knows how to do it at these big festivals. Shane Cross takes a handy £7 off, was a little bit unlucky last time out at Leopardstown, but this horse has won in its career before on the all-weather at Dundalk, and it was kind of hampered in that race at Leopardstown last time, and it wasn't that far beaten, and actually it's been quite a close finisher in several of its races, but like I said, it was a little bit unlucky last time. It's got stool 1, so that's a good positive there for Galway tomorrow, and I thought at 14-1 again could be a massive player in the race from an each way perspective, and I thought that was slightly overpriced there, and that's going to be the selection there. We then go to the 7:40 for a very good race. I quite like the look of a horse called Chelkar here, trained by Willie Mullins, who does very well in these races. Rishi Deegan is booked to take a handy £5 off. Now, a couple of years ago, this horse won 3 3 out of 4 starts on the flat in France, and then it went to Royal Ascot to make its debut, and it finished in 4th place behind Stratton, which is a very good horse of Willie Mullins. That subsequently went and won a very good handicap at Newbury and is tipped up to go to the Ebor Festival, and I think is the favourite in a lot of places for the Ebor, so it'd be interesting to see if that horse does turn up. But it was a very good encouraging run, and I thought 4-1 was a massive price, and in my personal opinion I think this horse should be the favourite, and I think will be well punted off the boards tomorrow. We then go to the 8-10 with a horse called Baba Boom, 9-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Johnny Murtagh. Shane Foley is booked for the ride. Now this horse is seeking a hat-trick tomorrow, and it's won 2 wins in its last 2 races and been raised a total of £21. Last time it still bolted up by 3 lengths, and I think there's still a lot more in this horse's tank to improve. I would be on this horse at the prices, and I thought 9-2 was a bit of a big price for this horse. We then go to the 840 to round things off, and I quite like a horse here called Exit Pole, 4-1 with bookmakers at the moment, trained by Jessica Harrington. Brad O'Neill is booked for the ride. Now this horse finished 3rd on its debut at Down Royal, where it was backed into favouritism that day. The form of that race has worked out quite well. Noel Mead's runner, which won that race, has subsequently boosted the form by getting a couple of more wins to its name and running another good race, finishing in 3rd place. So I thought Exit Pole would be for me in the last race. So they're the 7 predictions for day 1 of the Galway Festival. Let us know if you're going to be having a bet tomorrow at the Galway Festival. Also as well, if you're going, let us know. I haven't been to watch Irish racing, but it's definitely on my bucket list to do so. I really want to go there one day, and it'd be great to go to the Galway Festival. So anyway, that's enough of me waffling on. For more sports bet, or I should say horse racing betting videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel here at Lucky Loads 15 so you don't miss all the previews this week. Also as well, you can follow me on social media, on Twitter. My handle is at Lucky Loads 15, so go and check me out if you haven't done so already. That's all I got to say. Please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.